Welcome to our channel. Today we will delve into one of the darkest pages of American criminal history, the story of Dean Arnold Corle, a serial killer and rapist who terrorized the city of Houston in the 1970s. Dean Arnold Corle was born on December 24, 1939 in the town of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. His childhood was not easy, as his parents often fought and eventually divorced. Dean moved to Texas, where dark shadows began to appear in his life. He grew up in an ordinary family, but over the years, symptoms of antisocial disorders were clearly visible in his behavior. Corle worked for his family and later opened his own candy manufacturing business. This seemed to be his life's achievement, but behind this facade was a real monster. Dean began planning and carrying out the murders of young men he believed did not fit his ideals of true freedom and manhood. Between 1970 and 1973, Corle kidnapped, raped, and murdered at least 28 teenagers. His victims were usually boys between the ages of 13 and 20. Corle had a unique way of luring his victims, often promising them free candy or a safe ride. He would use his candy factory as a cover and eventually turn it into a place of fear and cruelty. Dean did not act alone. He was not the only face associated with these crimes. He would recruit young men to work and then, together with his accomplices, commit numerous crimes. His exploits went unnoticed until some of his victims began to disappear without a trace. In the summer of 1973, his crimes finally came to the attention of law enforcement. Unfortunately, before he was caught, Corle had already killed dozens of innocent young men. He was only arrested after one of his accomplices decided to cooperate with the police by telling them about Dean's horrific actions. On August 18, 1973, Corle was shot and killed by one of his victims, who managed to escape the brutality. His murder was the culmination of many weeks of fear and hopelessness. As a result of Corle's horrific crimes, justice was served, but the price was terrible. This story is not only about violence, but also about the unintended consequences of parental upbringing, social problems, and violence in society. Dean Arnold Corle left a sad legacy that reminds us of the importance of silhouette prejudice and protecting the vulnerable. Thank you for staying with us. If you liked this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like it, and share your thoughts in the comments. We will continue to tell you about the scariest and most interesting stories from the criminal world. Help us uncover even more dark secrets.